What's up guys, the Lazy Goldmaker here. I've been hard at work on the beta. I've been testing some enchanting shuffling for Mists of Pandaria. So today we'll take a look at some results and look at how the math shakes out. So for those of you wondering what is an enchanting shuffle, which some of you may if you're new to gold making, it's quite simple. It's where you craft an item en masse. You craft a ton of them. In this case, I've crafted the ornate band. And then you disenchant it, and you get the disenchanting materials. Usually you can buy the materials on the auction house, or in the case of Jewelcrafting, you will buy the ghost iron ore and prospect it into gems, and then use the gems to craft rings, and then disenchant the rings. And then you can even further use the enchanting materials to craft enchant, or just sell them on the auction house for a profit. Now, there are two important things to note about Mists of Pandaria shuffles. That's when you're crafting uncommon items, like the ornate band. You have a chance of it proccing into a rare version of the item with higher item level. And the rare version will give you small ethereal shards, whereas the uncommons will give you either spirit dust or mysterious essences. Based on what I've seen, it's about 15% chance of getting a rare item. I did 2 samples of 100 items for the ornate band and for the wind wool bracers. I got 20 rare procs on the bracers. I got 5 on the rings. So I was a little bit below average, but definitely I was at 25 total rares, where the average should be about 30. So I was a little bit below. But yeah, we'll have to see. There's also, at least eventually, the recipes exist for converting materials between the different forms, but they're not on beta right now. I'm not sure if they were added in a later phase in original mists or not, but they are inefficient. So it takes like 5 spirit dust to create 1 mysterious essence, but then if you want to do it the other way, then 1 mysterious essence is just going to turn into 3 spirit dust. So it's not a free conversion, but it is possible to make some gold there by converting materials potentially. So as I said, I did 2 different items. I did first I did the bracers, crafted 100 of these. The bracers will cost you 15 wind wool cloth, which is not that expensive. And then I disenchanted all of them, which yielded 137 spirit dust, 8 mysterious essences, and 23 small ethereal shards. And for that I had 80 uncommons and 20 rare procs. So that means we get an average of 1.7 dust and 0.1 mysterious essence per bracer, or per uncommon bracer. And then we had 1.15 small ethereal shards per rare bracers. Now, as far as I could find, because there are a lot of gold making sources for Mist still online on the internet, the most popular variant was to do the Jewelcrafting shuffle, where you buy ghost iron ore, prospect it, cut all the rare gems into rare gems to sell on the auction house, and then you take the uncommon gems and you craft 2 different recipes: the Shadowfire necklace, which takes purple, red, and green, and then the ornate band, which takes blue, yellow, and orange. And since you get equal amounts of all colors, that will use up all of your uncommons if you want to. So I did a test of 100 ornate bands, and we can see the material yields here. I ended up with quite a bit more than what I got from the bracers. I did just get 5 rare procs, so it's 95 uncommon. I got 214 spirit dust and 17 mysterious essence, which gives an average of 2.3 spirit dust per item and 0.7 mysterious essence per uncommon. So that's a lot higher than what I got for the bracers. So 2.3 spirit dust per uncommon versus 1.7. That's a lot more. That's a lot more. For the rares, it was pretty much the same. I got 1.2. I only had 5 items to disenchant, and I got 6 small ethereal shards, so one of them proc 2 essentially. So that was pretty much comparable. Now I have a macro that I use to disenchant all of them. So this one right here, the item numbers here are the item IDs of the wind wool bracers and the ornate band of the Shadowfire necklace, and then the ones that start with 90 are for the rare variants. You may be able to sell them on the auction house to people leveling and wanting some gear upgrades and stuff. So if you don't want to disenchant the rares, then you can delete the lines that start with 90. Otherwise, just use this, keybind it somewhere, and you can just click once per disenchant, and it will disenchant all of your items that you've crafted. So, final verdict. I obviously haven't tested every item. It's possible that some of the more expensive tailoring items have better yields. It's possible there even are there's going to be other cheaper ones. Leatherworking has been a enchanting shuffle candidate in some expansions. That will depend on pricing. So you will essentially have to see how material prices shake out when mists launch to figure out if there are going to be better ones. But the prospecting and enchanting combination is looking pretty good to me. And then if windwool cloth is quite cheap, which as far as I remember from original Mist is what's quite cheap, then the bracers might be an option as well. They're going to be slightly less time efficient in some ways because you get less materials per disenchant. But then again, you also don't need to prospect the ore to get the uncommon gems, because I don't think it's going to make too much sense to buy the uncommon gems to do the shuffle with prospecting. So yeah, that's disenchanting and Mists.